Service Dogs of Distinction, presented by the 2018 Nissan Titan.
I'm here today with client coordinator and co-founder of Service Dogs of Distinction, Marsha Wyatt. Marsha, can you tell me a little bit more about yourself and what the driving factor behind the development of this organization was?
Well, each of us brings something very different. My background was many years in animal welfare, and I ran big humane societies. So I had a focus for a long time on how to get dogs into the best homes possible, how to keep them in those homes, how to evaluate dogs that were in the shelter, how to reduce the number of animals being euthanized because there weren't homes. So I had a very strong sense of the right and wrong of that when I came to this program. When I met Dawn and we began discussing our shared interest in helping veterans, we both realized that we had to make this work. And so he brings a background, that's very specialized in dogs, and I bring a background of putting animals and people together in a way that's going to benefit both.
Great. So you guys pair up veterans with sheltered animals. Can you tell me what went into that?
Well, we didn't feel like we wanted to contribute to the pet overpopulation problem. We didn't want to devote time, money, and energy to raising dogs that had a 50% chance of not making the program. So we looked around and we said there are hundreds of capable dogs already in our shelters, in homes that maybe need a second chance, that we could possibly evaluate and bring into our program as a dog that's just about ready to go. Because we can put a month or two of training on them and they're ready to be matched with a veteran, as opposed to somebody waiting a year and a half or 2 years for a puppy to grow up in the program. And the other thing is, many of our veterans suffer from chronic depression. And in our minds, it's not a good idea to put someone suffering from depression on a 2-year wait list. I mean, seriously, when we come back, they might not be there to answer the phone. So we wanted to get dogs into the program, get the veterans engaged, and get a team paired up as soon as possible.
Great. And so far, what has this program meant to you?
Well, it's interesting. I feel like so many avenues of my background have led to this point. It's kind of like the perfect storm, a combination of all the things that I've experienced and really loved. And here's an opportunity to give a second chance to animals and a second chance to veterans. We like to say our program's kind of the last house on the block. The veterans have been through, all the help that their family can give them, therapy, medication, maybe self-medication through drugs and alcohol. Some of them become homeless. They lose their spouses. They don't have a support group anymore because of the insidious nature of PTSD. So when they arrive on our doorstep, this is kind of their last hope. And what we know is a dog can change a lot of things, not all by itself. There needs to be a whole picture, the whole pie involved, but the dog is definitely a part that can bring things back together.
And Marsha, what are your final thoughts and your final message regarding this program?
Well, we'd like to remind everybody that 1 in 10 Arkansans is a veteran. And fully 20%, possibly a lot more, of those veterans are suffering from PTSD. We have a program that can help them get their life back. So we'd really like to encourage family members, friends, or veterans who might be watching to reach out to us. We have a website, which is www.servicedogsofdistinction.org. We can also be followed on Facebook for our day-to-day activities, and we can be reached through either one of those venues.
Great. Thank you so much for your time today, Marsha.
Absolutely.
For more information and to donate, go to servicedogsofdistinction.org. Service Dogs of Distinction, presented by the 2018 Nissan Titan.